Hello once again to another section of Car Business Halifax. And one interesting thing, you're probably saying, why are you starting this segment in Shoppers Drug Mart parking lot? Well, this corner, on the corner of Almond Street and Roby Street, was a major important portion of the used car and new car business. It used to be, I believe, and this before my time, it was A.E. Fowler and Sons dealership, and then it became a Taylor Lincoln Mercury outfit. So there was a lot of cars sold off this lot, and now it is repurposed and torn down and shredded up into a Shoppers Drug Mart and a Rona store. So that's kind of interesting how that happened, and so we're gonna move on from there and start going up the strip. And one thing I want you to notice, there's Mr. Transmission right up here, another specialty transmission shop right there, and across the way is Scotia Tire, which they've serviced a lot of the tire industry here in Halifax, and they're into second generation now, and they've expanded most of their shops. So it's kind of interesting to see they've actually been in growth mode now, even though they were one shop for a long time. And as we go along up here, we have the Speedy Auto Glass, or Speedy Auto Repair, which is another aftermarket shop. And then if we drive along here, you'll see Wolf Collision, which is another, they're a very, as nondescript as it is, a very important body shop here in the city, because they do service high-end vehicles, and that's what they specialize in. So they will fix Mercedes and Porsche, and they do a lot with Volkswagen. And a lot of these vehicles you see have a thicker gauge of steel, so sometimes it's more difficult to work with German cars or the higher end vehicles. And plus they have a little bit more sophisticated paint in a lot of cases, a better quality of products. So there's only certain body shops that are able to deal with those type of chemicals and type of paints and that sort of stuff, and that whole process that they use. So and they are one of those shops. And as we go along here, the next one we want to go to is Mazda. Now Mazda's been growing, and once again, it's another example of trying to fit a here in the city where people are landlocked, trying to fit a major showroom, which interestingly enough, they've been able to fit a showroom in here, but it does take up a lot of space. And not only does it take up a lot of room here on the lot, which cuts down on their display, it's just makes it a little bit more difficult for customers to get in and out of and move around here, but they seem to make it work. So Mazda's been on a rise. They have kind of their ups and downs. So they do have a good product line. They've come out with the little CX-3 all-wheel drive. They're quick to act on the new market, which, like I said, right now is small SUV. They've done unlimited mileage warranties. So their mileage is unlimited, the years are not. So it's 3 years, a 3-year roadside assistance, 3-year new vehicle warranty, 5-year powertrain warranty, and 7-year anti-perforation. So those are pretty good warranties they have, and to go to unlimited kilometers is good. They're playing odds once again, so it's a bit of a marketing gimmick, because most people only drive about 24,000 kilometers a year, I think is the average. So, and next is Colonial Honda, and Colonial Honda is, once again, they built this new facility a few years back, but it's they really could use a larger facility, but they have a great location, great reputation, and they're absolutely landlocked here. So there's not much else they can do with the space that they have. They do have a giant service department in the back here, and they do have a little bit of space for some used cars, not probably as many as they would like, but they do have a small used car department over here on the side. And if we can just back around here, sort of see their showroom. They've come out with a new small SUV as well to appeal to that market. So they're jumping on the bandwagon as well. So pretty much all the manufacturers, they know where the market's going, and some are quick to respond. The ones that are quickest to respond tend to capture that market share right up front, and the ones that are slower to respond tend to lose a little bit of ground, but then they have the opportunity to gain it back. So we're gonna go through there. Now, interestingly enough, as you can see by this Mazda store here, is that they have City Mazda here, and then they have a Midas shop in the middle, and then they have their used car lot on the other side. So will they be able to amalgamate all three at some point? Probably. Right now it appears that you have your used car outfit here for Mazda, and then you have your Midas muffler over here, Midas Auto Repair, and then you have your Mazda dealership on the other side, your main new car showroom. So it's just kind of interesting. And we're gonna get out here. Just a second here. And drive down the road. Cruise through the lights here. This is the corner of North and Roby Street. Yeah, I've been interested in cars pretty much my whole life, and I do enjoy working in the auto industry. And it's interesting because I don't know if everyone realizes the impact of the auto industry. I know a lot of, you get the proverbial stereotypical used car, used car salesman. There's lots of jokes and stuff around that. But at the end of the day, it's a huge employer. It's a huge important part of the economy. So I think that deserves a lot of respect. I'm just gonna take a turn in here, which is a Regan Chev, which kind of is towards the end of our tour. So they're a Chevrolet and Cadillac dealership, and as you can see, they're a pretty big facility. They don't have a lot of room because, once again, everyone's kind of landlocked here on the peninsula. It's a little bit tough to find big lots anymore, and as I said, the dealerships, the footprint of the showrooms are just so massive compared to what they were, 30 or 40 years ago, that it's getting tougher and tougher to find the room. So they have a little bit of a body shop here, not a huge body shop, but enough to serve the purpose. And they've been able to put their brand, rebranding with the new look of Chev on the front of their building. And as you can see, Chev shed its Oldsmobile lineup, but they still, in today's day and age, they have the Cadillac brand and Buick. So you can see Buick and Cadillac are both trying to go after that younger market. I don't know how well it'll work, but it remains to be seen. Chev is still a strong brand, and I believe that they will continue on, especially in the truck market. And trucks have gotten a lot fancier. Like if you look at this one, I know it's a Silverado and it's loaded up, but you can see they have really, really nice trucks now, and that's completely stock. So what I'm going to do for the last portion of this video is, you can see this is the last dealership I want to go to, and just to give you a feel, I'm just going to do a drive from here to the other end just to give you an idea of what we've driven through. So we're driving past the Chef store. So we're driving up Roby Street. So just, you know, just so you can get a feel for what it looks like around here on the car drag. So we're driving up Roby Street right now. And what I want you to see is you'll see some of the dealerships that we've driven in and out of, just so you get an idea, because it's basically it's about a 5-minute drive right up here, but it just possibly may have seemed a little bit longer because of the fact that I was going in and out of so many dealerships. So I just wanted to show you how it all works as we move along here. Now we may have to do that in 2 segments if we can't get through. Past here. This vehicle's trying to park here probably. Let's get by here. And so we can just go back through all these different places. There's another Crown Rust Control. That's another outfit that relies on the car business for their business. So, and that's what's interesting about our business, is that there's a lot of spin-off business that some people don't even think about, and so I like to feel like it's really important. The obvious one, of course, is gas stations, because we need fuel for the vehicle. So pretty much every time a vehicle is sold, it'll get a full tank of fuel for the new owner. So, and that, of course, is bought at a retail facility. So here we are on the corner of Roby Street and Yonge Street, and as soon as the light changes, we're going to turn left onto Yonge Street, and then we're going to take an immediate right onto Kemp Road, which is that main car drag. So you can pretty much see every brand that's sold. Not all of them. We didn't cover every single brand. Like Chrysler, for example, is in a different part of town. So on this one drag, though, especially on the used car side, I would say you can pretty much find any used car that you're looking for on this main stretch right here. So as we drive along here, and we go along, you can see the dealerships that we were talking about. The road is a little bit bumpy along here. But just to give you an idea of what Kemp Road looks like here in September 2015, and this may be in comparison, well, could be in the future, what it may look like. Unfortunately, I didn't do documentaries back when I was a kid, so I would love to see. I'm very interested in some of the memorabilia and some of the pictures that you see of the different dealerships over time, and so it's really sort of interesting to see how things have changed. I do have to speed up a little bit, not breaking the speed limit, don't worry, but in order to get on time with my video. We are going to come up to a little bit of a bumpy section here. So we'll go by Nissan and Lexus, and got the McDonald's here on the left-hand side here. So we cruise along here. Can't remember some of the other parts of the videos that I've shot, the different sections. Going down the road here next to Mercedes-Benz. Hyundai, which leads into Mitsubishi, down into Subaru, and we're going to turn into this lot next to the radio stations here, and we are going to head over here to the Ford section, which is where, if you remember, we started everything back at the back here on the other side of this car lot, on the used car lot over here. As we go through, there's a few speed bumps, so we have to watch out for those. And basically, that is the conclusion of Halifax Car Business Tour.